At the start of a session, before I load into my first ranked game, I always ponder how much I can rank up if I win all my games. Being a Champ 2 right now, I imagine going on a massive win streak and reaching High Champ 3 and having Grand Champ within my reach. Whilst it is good to dream and aim high, this is ultimately completely unrealistic. And having such an extreme goal makes playing Rocket League less enjoyable, as I feel like I am never making progress, leading to tilt and dissatisfaction. I'm sure I'm not alone in this department, as I see posts and comments of many of you struggling to get past Gold, Plat, Diamond or Champ like me. So, if you're at that stage where you simply are not ranking up and don't know why, here are 6 reasons why you're not ranking up in Rocket League. Before the video starts, I just wanted to say that it would mean the world for you to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, it's free, and if you want to, you can turn on notifications to be alerted for future uploads. You don't have to watch them, it just shows them to you in case it takes your fancy. I'm sure all of you have seen that meme about life in expectation versus reality, where you think it's going to be a nice and smooth journey, but in reality it's anything but that. Because I like to think of Rocket League like that. You think that you'll glide effortlessly through the ranks until you reach Grand Champ, the ultimate goal of the game. However, you will actually bounce between ranks, encounter many toxic teammates, and will have more failures than you will successes. This is why, on average, only about 0.3% of people reach Grand Champ, because the road to get there is almost impossibly difficult. So here's a little guide to pull you out of that slump and to continue climbing the ranked ladder. The first reason why you might not be ranking up is that you're not setting shorter term and more achievable goals. Like I said in the intro, aiming for High Champ 3 in one session is absurd. A much more realistic aim would be to win 60% of my games, and to do that consecutively for 3 or 4 sessions, which would make me climb a few divisions and would avoid tilt and the feeling of failure when I don't achieve my much higher goal. So try it out. If you're in gold, try to win just more games than you lose, or set a much smaller goal of a few divisions rather than whole ranks, and you will find yourself feeling like you are making much more progress and ranking up much faster. Moving on to reason number 2, and that is because you just suck in general. I'm joking. It is actually because you are either not utilizing training at all or just not enough. Some people think that going into free play before every match constitutes enough training, and this is far from the truth. I can tell you from personal experience that you actually have to dedicate massive amounts of time to training packs and free play. I mentioned in my previous video that for every minute you spend in a match, you should spend at least another minute in training, and this is true for any rank. So identify some of your weaknesses, go into training and try to rectify them, and you will be surprised by the sudden improvement. If you still find yourself not ranking up despite doing these 2 things, you should start playing a lot of 1v1 matches. This is the best game mode to improve all facets of your game the fastest, as you are the only one on the field and thus the only person responsible for the game. I still see Grand Champs who suck at ones, such as this guy, who is GC in both 2s and 3s, whereas I am higher than him in 1s, despite being only low champ in those game modes. My friend, who mainly played 1s, got to Grand Champ faster than the vast majority of the player base. It only took him around 600 hours of gameplay, which is almost unheard of. So if you don't play it, please do. The 4th reason why you're stuck in your rank is that you are ignoring your mistakes and weaknesses. A lot of players claim that they have really solid offense and can hit sick dribbles and aerial plays. However, what they don't acknowledge is that they do not know how to shadow defend, or just defend in general. So whilst they score a lot of goals, they also concede many, which renders their good offense redundant. If you don't know what mistakes you're making, go into replays and watch yourself, as you will pick up on little things better when you're not in the heat of the moment. You may not also know what your mistakes are due to our 5th reason, and that is you're not exposing yourself to enough higher level gameplay. This could mean watching pros play online or just pairing yourself up with a high level buddy. Once you see what the next level looks like, it makes it significantly easier to reach it, as you know exactly what you need to do and what mechanics you need to learn. It just gives you that clarity that I'm sure I and many of you lacked at some point. However, if you still wonder why you aren't ranking up, this last reason may still be of some assistance, and that is to break your habits. After playing the game for so long, many people develop bad habits that they simply cannot break. Things such as relying on big boost pads far too often, using bad button layouts, or not flipping on kickoff are just some examples of these. If you're guilty of any of these, try to rectify them immediately. as they will only harm your gameplay and prevent you from improving. Once again, if you struggle to understand what these are, watching high level gameplay and compare yours to theirs and identify the differences. And that concludes the 6 reasons why you're not ranking up in Rocket League. As always, I hope you found something useful in this video that will assist you in your ranked climb. And if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos such as these. It's free, so why not? Other than that, I hope you have an amazing day. Cheers.